Thank you for flying with NHV. Your aircraft today will be an Airbus Helicopters H145.
Please pay close attention to the safety information in this briefing. Smoking is not allowed on board or anywhere near the aircraft. The use of electronic transmitting devices, mobile phones and MP3 players is strictly prohibited on board. Baggage is not allowed in the cabin, as it could hinder evacuation in an emergency. To avoid damaging the main zip on your survival suit, put your right arm fully in first and then your left.
Make sure the zip is flat against your body before closing it fully. Once the zip is fully closed, stow the zip pull tab under the Velcro flap to prevent it snagging on the seatbelt harness.
Pull the neck seal slightly away from your neck and squat down to expel any trapped air. Before donning the jacket, check the pressure gauge of the HALO EBS bottle. Needle in the green zone, OK to use. Needle in the orange zone, OK to use for a flight back to shore. Needle in the red zone, the EBS is not sufficiently filled and should not be used. Never press the purge button to check if there is air in the EBS bottle. Put the jacket on like a waistcoat, starting with your right arm. Loosen side straps by pulling the orange release tabs rearwards. Fasten the front buckle. Tighten the side straps by pulling forward. Tuck in any loose straps. Fasten and tighten the crotch straps, then secure any excess strap. The beaded inflation handles are at the bottom of the jacket on each side. The life jacket is equipped with a personal locator beacon that will activate on contact with water. Newspapers are not allowed on board the aircraft. All electronic devices should be switched off for the duration of the flight. Items of baggage longer than 1 meter in length should always be carried horizontally to avoid impacting the rotors. In order to avoid the helicopter rotors, follow deck or ground crew instructions when boarding or disembarking. Be aware that the rotors of this aircraft can dip to head height at the front under certain conditions. Approach the aircraft in slightly crouched position. Lengthen, fasten, and tighten the lap strap across your hips first, with the buckle central. Clip the shoulder straps into the buckle, making sure that they do not cover or obstruct any parts of the EBS that may hinder its deployment. Your seat belt must remain fastened throughout the flight. Only unfasten it after the seat belt sign is switched off. Rotate the buckle fully in either direction and keep it there while applying tension by leaning forward until all straps are released. Refer to the aircraft flight safety card for detailed guidance on seat belts, brace positions, and the position and deployment of equipment and exits. Do not disturb the flight crew during the flight unless for a safety-related reason or somebody is incapacitated. At the end of your flight, keep your life jacket fastened until clear of the helideck or inside the terminal building. Never put your life jacket on the ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have an emergency.
If an emergency situation develops during the flight, retighten your lap strap. Remove glasses. Put on your suit's hood. When told to, or it becomes obvious, adopt the brace position.
Brace, brace, brace.
Pull your legs together and back with your feet flat on the floor. Put your hands either side of your legs and grip the seat or your suit. If seated in a forward-facing seat, push back into the seat, lower your head and tuck your chin tightly into your chest. If seated in a rearward-facing seat, push back into the seat, keeping your back and neck straight. If there is no time to prepare, just adopt the brace position. Only jettison emergency exits after landing. Floats will prevent the helicopter from sinking to allow a safe escape. Do not operate exits until the rotors have come to a complete stop, or you have been instructed to do so by the crew. After the aircraft has landed, immediately locate your seatbelt release and the direction of your nearest emergency exit. The EBS should only be deployed if you are in imminent danger of being submerged or the helicopter is starting to capsize. Just before the water reaches your head, take a single deep breath, open the nose clip, and put in the mouthpiece. Relocate your seatbelt release, and once the cabin has filled with water or the aircraft has stabilized, release your seatbelt and escape through the nearest exit. The EBS can be deployed underwater. Water in the mouthpiece can be purged by exhaling through the mouthpiece or by blocking the mouthpiece with your tongue and pressing the purge button. Exits may illuminate to guide you to their location. Do not inflate your life jacket inside the aircraft. The emergency exits in this aircraft are the sliding cabin doors. To open a sliding door, pull the handle up and slide the door fully rearwards until it locks. Opening a sliding door will prevent the use of the large cabin window rearward of the door as an exit. If a sliding door can't be opened, remove the windows in the doors or the large cabin windows. Pull off the cover at the top of the window. Pull the tab, completely remove the rubber strip, and push the window out at any of the marked points. If the aircraft rolls over after landing, use the cabin seat frames as a ladder to assist your exit. The life raft is fitted inside the cabin. Release the securing strap and launch the life raft out of a cabin door. The life raft will inflate automatically. Pull the raft as close to the aircraft as possible. When clear of the aircraft, remove the EBS mouthpiece before inflating the life jacket by pulling one of the beaded handles firmly downwards. If the jacket fails to inflate, pull the other beaded handle. Release excess pressure by inserting the cap end or a finger into the oral inflation tubes. To manually inflate the jacket, open the flaps on either side, pull the zip teeth apart and open the cover. Inflate by blowing into one of the oral inflation tubes. The sea light and strobe will activate automatically after immersion in water. The PLB will activate after immersion in water. There is a whistle on the left oral inflation tube. The buddy line is between the buoyancy chambers. Thread the toggle through the loop near the lifting beckets to connect to someone else. The lifting beckets can be used to help a survivor into the raft. Pull the tapes on the shoulders to deploy the spray hood. Secure it in place under the buoyancy chambers. Attached to the life raft, you will find an emergency pack containing survival items and an emergency locator transmitter. Activate it as soon as possible according to the instructions provided, and fully extend the antenna to increase the likelihood of location by emergency response services. After the life raft ELT is transmitting, your own PLB should be reset to reduce the risk of multiple transmissions. The arming switch should be moved up and then back to the ready position. Get assistance to do this if required. Deploy the sea anchor if the raft is separated from the aircraft to slow its rate of drift and stabilize it during any rescue winching operations. These are the key actions to take in an emergency. Retighten your lap strap and put on your hood. Adopt the brace position before impact. After landing, locate your nearest exit. If in imminent danger of being submerged or the helicopter is starting to capsize,
Deploy your EBS.
jettison or remove exits to provide an escape route. Deploy the life rafts. Only inflate your life jacket when clear of the helicopter. Once the life raft's ELT is activated, reset your own PLB. Thank you for your attention. We wish you a safe and pleasant flight.